Hello everyone, welcome back to English 5 and we are now in week 10. This week we are still talking about listening comprehension, especially for part A. And in this video, we'll be talking about some skills that you can use in answering listening comprehension for part A. And that is about how to determine who is being talked about in the conversation or what is being talked about and where is the conversation taking place. So what we'll cover in this video, the first is how to draw conclusions about who, what, and where. Yeah. Next one, we've got listen for active and passive statement. And the last one, we'll be discussing listen for who and what with multiple nouns. So we'll be going through all these skills in a moment. Let's start with conclusions about who, what, and where. So it is common that you will be asked to draw one of the following conclusions in listening part A. Yeah. So for example, who is probably speaking? Yeah. So this is a common question in the short conversation or in listening part A. Jadi siapa yang sedang berbicara? Kemungkinan siapa seperti itu ya. Jadi itu nanti mungkin ditanyakan. So how to answer this one? We can always answer this question by looking at the context of the conversation. Yeah, so we can guess who is speaking by the words that they are saying. Next one, what will she or he probably do next? Yeah, so this is also a common question in listening part A. Jadi apa yang akan dia kemungkinan lakukan? Ya, jadi we can determine or we can infer or imply what is the speaker is going to do next by looking at the context of the conversation. So in this question, we are trying to draw conclusion. Yeah, so we are trying to make our own conclusion. What is the things that he or she is going to do? Yeah, and the last one, where does the conversation probably take place? Yeah, so the question is about where. So we can always determine the answer to this question the same as what we do in question 1. Yeah, so we can always look at the context of the conversation, what is being talked about, and we will be able to guess where the conversation is taking place. Ya, jadi di mana terjadi gitu ya. Sekali lagi ya, jadi take place itu artinya happen ya, is the same as happen. Jadi di mana terjadi. Let's look at some examples about the conclusions about who, what, and where. Yeah. So here is the first example. So again, I'd like to remind you that the strategy that you can apply in answering part A listening comprehension is you have to try to preview the choices that are available on the text. Yeah. So let's say, for example, before we listen to this conversation, it is always good to know the choices. Yeah. So for example, A with a store clerk. Yeah. B with a bank teller. Yeah. C an accountant, and D a waitress. So if we try to look at these options, what comes to our mind is that, well, these are some positions or these are some jobs. So we can predict that the question will be asking about the position of the speakers and the conversation. Yeah. So let's check the conversation. I'd like to deposit this check in my account, please. Yeah, that's the first speaker. Jadi saya ingin mendepositkan cek ini di akun saya atau di rekening saya. Ya. The woman, would you like any cash back? Yeah. And narrator, the question is who is the woman? Yeah. So the question is about who is this speaker. Yeah. And from the context, we can determine that they are talking about. We've got the words like cash. Yeah. And also this is about check, deposit, an account. Yeah, so we can determine that the woman is probably someone who is working in the bank. Yeah, so because we've got the word deposit again. Yeah, check, account, and cash, so it's gonna be bank teller. Yeah, so this is it, this is the answer. Next one, first let's look at the options available. So earn his paycheck. Yeah, dia membayar paychecknya. Write the check for a deposit on an apartment. or go to a bank, and D, make a list of errands to run. Yeah, so if we try to look at this option, this is all about work. Ya, ini tentang pekerjaan ya, jadi melakukan sesuatu. So we can guess that the question will be asking something like, what does the man do, or what will the man or the woman will do? Ya, jadi apa yang akan dilakukan? Because this is about things to do, gitu ya. So let's check the conversation. Have you deposited your paycheck here? Jadi apakah Anda sudah mendepositkan paycheck Anda? And the man replies with no, but that's next on my list of errands. Ya, tetapi itu selanjutnya ada pada list urusan saya, gitu ya. So errands means urusan, ya. So this is urusan. And the question is, what will the man probably do next? Yeah, so our prediction is kind of correct. Yeah, so the question is, apa yang akan si man ini lakukan selanjutnya? So if we try to look at what the man said, that's the next on my list of errands. Ya, jadi itu adalah pekerjaan yang akan saya lakukan selanjutnya. So which one? So we can refer to what the woman said. So it's about depositing paycheck. Ya, jadi mendepositkan paycheck. So let's try with this one. Earn his paycheck. Ya, mendapatkan paychecknya, bukan mendapatkan ya, tapi mendepositkan paychecknya. Write a check for a deposit on an apartment. Jadi menulis sebuah cek untuk deposit apartemen ya. So they are not talking about apartment ya. Go to a bank. Okay, this is very possible yeah, because if you want to deposit your paycheck, then you should go to a bank. Yeah, so this, let's just skip this one for a moment. Make a list of errands to run. Yeah, he's mentioning something like errands here, but the meaning is not the same. Yeah, the sentence with this one. Membuat daftar urusan untuk dijalankan. So the most correct answer is go to a bank. Yeah, this is it. The last one, let's look at the options available. A with in a restaurant, at a bakery, on a farm, and in a market. Yeah. So by looking at the options here, what comes to my mind is that the question might ask about the place. Yeah, because this is all are about places. Yeah. So let's check the conversation. Did you get the bread, eggs, and milk? Apakah Anda mendapatkan roti, telur, dan susu? Yeah. And the woman replies with, now we need to stand in line at the checkout counter. Ya. Jadi sekarang kita perlu stand in line mean apa? Antri ya. So stand in line means antri di checkout counter ya. Jadi ini di mana Anda membayar ya belanja Anda gitu biasanya. Oke, where does this conversation probably takes place? Ya, jadi pertanyaannya benar ya bahwa di manakah percakapan ini terjadi? So from the context we can see that we've got bread, eggs, and milk, ya, and then checkout counter. So usually we'll talk about these things if we are in a restaurant, no, at a bakery. It's possible, but this is very specific because bakery might only sell cakes, yeah, baked cakes, for example. Yeah, on a farm, no, it's very far. Yeah, jauh ya. In a market, yeah, this is the most correct answer. So the answer is in a market. So that is the strategies that we can use to draw conclusions about who and what and where in the conversation. Now let's talk about listen for active in a passive statement. It says here, if the conversation contains a passive statement, yeah, the answer to the question is often ya an active statement. So it's the other way around ya. Jadi sebaliknya ya. So if the conversation contains passive, so the answer is active biasanya ya. Jadi pernyataan aktif ya. I hope that you are already familiar with what it means by passive statement and active statement ya. So in active statement, the speaker is actively doing something. Yeah. Number two, if the conversation contains an active statement, the answer to the question is often a passive statement. Yeah. So again, it's the other way around. Ya, itu sebaliknya ya. Jadi kalau di sini pasif tadi, maka jawabannya aktif. Kalau di conversation aktif, biasanya answernya atau jawabannya itu pasif ya. And we have to keep in mind that we have to always check carefully who or what is doing the action in this question. Jadi siapa atau apa yang sedang dilakukan dalam percakapan ya, seperti itu. Let's look at some examples. So again, let's try to look at the options. Yeah, we preview the options. Alice's education has paid off. Jadi pendidikannya si Alice telah paid off. What is paid off? Paid off is lunas. Ya. Alice's tuition needs to be paid. Ya, tuition itu adalah uang kuliah. Ya, uang kuliah. Jadi uang kuliahnya si Alice perlu dibayar sih. Alice has already paid her fees. Jadi si Alice sudah membayar biayanya ya atau uang kuliahnya ya sama ya. Alice has already received the money. Jadi si Alice sudah menerima uang itu. Okay? So this is about tuition and money. Ya, jadi we can always predict the question that will be asked. Ya. So let's check the conversation. Alice needs to pay her tuition today. Jadi si Alice perlu membayar uang kuliahnya hari ini. But her tuition has already been paid. Tapi uang kuliahnya sudah dibayar, gitu ya. And the question is, what does the man imply? Jadi imply ini adalah sama dengan infer, ya. So apa yang diisyaratkan oleh si man ini, gitu ya. So we have to make our own conclusions about what is the man is saying, ya. Jadi berarti yang sama bahwa di sini bermakna aktif ya. Jadi this is passive ya. Jadi uang kuliahnya sudah dibayar. So let's check which one is the active one here. Kalau maknanya tidak sama ya dengan A, pendidikannya si Alice sudah lunas. Belum tentu ya. B, Alice tuition needs to be paid. Uang kuliahnya si Alice katanya perlu dibayar. No, ya. Karena di sini katanya sudah dibayar ya. So which one? Alice has already paid her fees. Ya, this is the most possible answer ya. Jadi si Alice sudah membayar uang kuliahnya. Jadi sini tadi ya pasif, sini aktif ya. Has already paid ya. Di sini kan has been paid. Okay? Number 2, have you been taking good care of the lawn? B, I watered it only this morning. What does the woman mean? Ya, jadi apakah Anda sudah merawat lawn-nya? Lawn itu is like yard with grass ya, halaman berumput ya biasanya ya. Oke, I water it only this morning. Jadi saya water artinya as a verb menyiram ya. Jadi saya menyiramnya tadi pagi ya, baru tadi pagi. Oke, what does the woman mean? Nah, jadi apa maknanya? Kira-kira seperti itu ya. Let's check the option. She drank some water on the lawn this morning. Jadi dia meminum air. No ya. Jadi karena dia menyiram lawn ya, bukan meminum air. She waited for him on the lawn this morning. Dia menunggunya di lawn pagi ini. No, this is not about waiting. The lawn has already been watered today. Okay, this is very possible. Jadi lawnnya sudah disiram hari ini. Ya. Saya menyiramnya tadi pagi, di pasifnya adalah lawnnya sudah disiram hari ini ya. So this is very possible. She wanted any lawn this morning. Dia menginginkan, no, this is not the answer ya. Number 3, the last example for active and passive statement. Again, let's preview the options. Someone located the girl. Jadi seseorang menemukan ya, located bisa artinya menemukan ya. Ya, melihat lokasi perempuan itu bisa seperti itu. B, she heard about the new part from the child. Dia mendengar tentang new part dari anak itu ya, taman yang baru dari anak itu. The child found her lost pet. Jadi anak itu menemukan binatang kesayangannya yang hilang. Ya, the child was the last one in the park. Jadi anak itu adalah yang terakhir di park itu. Ya, jadi dari konteks ini kita sebenarnya bisa menebak kira-kira pertanyaan tentang apa, atau at least we know that it's all about talking about child ya, atau dia membicarakan tentang seorang anak ya, dan ada kata-kata lost gitu ya, dan menemukan gitu ya, yang terakhir ya. So the question is, let's check the conversation. Did you hear the news about the child who was lost in the park? Ya, jadi ternyata ini tentang anak yang hilang ya. Apakah Anda mendengar berita tentang anak yang hilang di taman? The woman say, yes, and I heard that she was just found. Ya, dan saya mendengar bahwa dia ini pasif ya, dia baru saja ditemukan ya. Berarti sudah ditemukan. What does the woman mean? Berarti maknanya sama dengan yep, hey ya. Someone located the girl, seseorang menemukan perempuan itu. Ya, jadi jawabannya adalah A. Okay, that is about active and passive statement. Let's talk about the last skill in this video, that is listen for who and what with multiple nouns. So what does it mean exactly by multiple nouns? So multiple nouns refers to the people in the conversation. Yeah, so it means that there might be more than one person being talked in the conversation. Yeah, so there might be 2 or 3 people in the conversation. So we need to be aware who is being talked about and then what is being talked about. Yeah. When there are multiple nouns in a sentence, it's common for the answer to confuse which noun does what. Ya, because sangat sering ya kita menjadi bingung karena banyak orang dibicarakan di percakapan itu. Jadi kita bingung yang mana yang melakukan yang mana gitu kira-kira ya. Okay? So we'll look at some examples here. So let's try to look at the choices first to preview as usual ya. The doctor decided to take some time off from work. Jadi dokter itu memutuskan untuk off ya dari kerjaannya gitu ya. B. The doctor told Bill he wasn't too weak to work. Jadi dokter itu mengatakan kepada si Bill bahwa dia tidak terlalu lemah untuk bekerja ya. Jadi ada Bill ya, ada dokter di sini ya di optionnya. Bill was mad when the doctor took some time off. Jadi si Bill itu mad itu marah ya ketika dokternya off ya. Jadi mengambil waktu untuk off. Yang D, Bill took a vacation on his doctor's orders. Jadi Bill mengambil liburan atau day off ya atas perintah dari dokter itu. Ya. Jadi konteksnya ini kita bisa tentukan ya. Jadi kita bisa tebak percakapan yang pertanyaan yang akan ditanyakan. Jadi tentang day off ya. Jadi seperti apa? Oke. Let's check the conversation. Why is Bill not at work this week? Jadi kenapa si Bill tidak di tempat kerja minggu ini? And the woman ya, this is what you have to pay attention carefully. His doctor made him take a week off. Nah, ini dia. Jadi dokternya made him take a week off ya. Made him. So made him itu membuatnya, atau in other words in Indonesia this is causative word ya. Jadi kata kerja yang menyebabkan seorang melakukan tindakan. Jadi ini bisa artinya menyuruh ya. Menyuruh. Jadi dokternya menyuruh dia untuk off ya. What does the woman mean? Nah, jadi maknanya apa? Maka makna yang sama adalah mana? Ya, the correct answer is D ya. Jadi si Bill mengambil day off ya, vacation itu bisa sama artinya dengan day off ya. On his doctor's order, atas perintah si dokter itu. Oke, this is the answer. Next one, ya, second example. Let's look at the choices first. Paul is getting married this summer. Ya, jadi Paul akan menikah summer ini, ya, musim panas ini, gitu ya. B. Paul's sister is returning for Vermont to get married. Ya, jadi sisternya si Paul itu kembali dari Vermont untuk menikah. Nah, ini ada Paul, ada sister, ya. Jadi there are 2 people are being talked about here. C. Paul will be there when his sister gets married this summer. Jadi Paul akan ada ketika sisternya menikah summer ini. Ya, and D. Paul's sister is coming to his wedding in Vermont. Ya, jadi sisternya si Paul akan datang ke pernikahannya. Ya, pernikahan si Paul ya di Vermont. Jadi yang main benar. Let's check the conversation. Why is Paul going back home this summer? Ya, kenapa si Paul kembali summer ini? And the woman, ya, this is what you have to pay attention. He's returning to Vermont for his sister wedding. Ya, jadi yang ditanyakan si Paul itu kenapa balik? Si woman menjawab, dia kembali ke Vermont karena pernikahan sisternya, ya. So what does the woman mean? Maka yang benar adalah Paul menikah bukan ya, Paul sister kembali bukan, karena si Paulnya yang kembali bukan sisternya, ya. So Paul akan ada ketika sisternya menikah semesternya. This is possible ya. Ini mungkin ya karena dia kembali ya. Oke. What about this one? Sisternya datang ke weddingnya ya. Bukan ya, karena yang menikah adalah sisternya bukan si Paul. Oke. Okay, let's try to look at another example of who and what with multiple nouns ya. With A, John received an inheritance when his uncle died. Ya, jadi John menerima warisan ketika uncle-nya meninggal. B, it's a benefit that John's name is the same as his uncle's. Sebuah keuntungan bahwa namanya si John sama dengan pamannya. C, John mengetahui bahwa uncle-nya akan datang untuk keuntungan itu, gitu ya. D, John's uncle gave him a beneficial name. Jadi pamannya John memberinya sebuah nama keberuntungan. Ya, let's check the conversation. Did you hear that John's uncle died? Apakah Anda mendengar bahwa pamannya si John meninggal? The woman says, yes, and John was named beneficiary in his uncle's will. Jadi John itu mendapatkan keuntungan ya atas keinginan pamannya gitu ya. Jadi dia yang berhak gitu ya atas warisan mungkin ya atas keinginan pamannya. What does the woman mean? Jadi jawabannya adalah ya A ya. Jadi John received an inheritance when his uncle died. Ya itu maknanya sama. Okay, so these are some examples of the conversations and the question and how to answer the questions. Yeah. So again, we are talking about who, what, and where in a conversation. I hope that you practice on your own. So please practice a lot. Yeah. I already shared a book with you and the recording as well. So you can try the exercises on the book. Yeah. And here is the reference, and this is the book that I share with you. Yeah. You can have this book and then do the exercise. So that's all about our topic this week. Thank you for listening.